All right, everybody. I'd like to welcome to Head Kick Audio the animal Michael Garcia. He's going to be competing at RUF 42. That takes place July 31st at the Celebrity Theater in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. This is going to be a catchweight bout at 160 pounds versus Ivy Nixon. Now, let's get a couple things out of the way. First and foremost, is the catchweight agreed on both sides, just so that you guys can focus more on the fight and less on the weight cut?
Yeah, absolutely. His team and my team came to an agreement, and the best for both of us. Just give the people a good show. At 160. So I'm looking forward to it. I know he's looking forward to it. So it's going to be a battle.
I'll give you a little bit of background on Nixon about his recent past.
Hmm.
He was scheduled to fight Austin Worms over at RUF 41, and the fight didn't come to fruition because the doctors wouldn't clear him because he had something with his eye.
Yeah,
Yes.
I realized that. I saw that. I did a bit of my research, and I guess he had a staph infection in his face. I hope he's 100% healthy. That's unfortunate that happened. But now that I hope he's cleared on this day, because I'm ready to go. I hope he's ready to go, and hopefully he comes 100%.
And I'm sure he will. The weight is going to be something that's going to help out quite a bit. And he did make weight. For his last scheduled bout. They didn't compete, but he did make weight like a true professional. And I want to talk about his fighting style because you've done the research. So you
Yeah.
know Ivy Nixon brings something a little different to the cage than your average fighter. So talk to me about, his fighting style and how you plan to deal with it. You don't have to divulge too much into the game plan, of course,
Yeah.
but how do your skills match up with his?
They don't call him hard style for nothing. I've seen some videos of him, and you know what? He is a tough guy to figure out. He's always on his toes, always moving left and right. Gives an unorthodox and a southpaw stance to his opponents, and that keeps the opponents guessing, right? And my style, I can adapt to any style, and his. It might take the first round to figure him out, but it's nothing I haven't seen before, and his style is really interesting. It kind of reminds me of mine. So I'm looking forward to it. So we got something planned for him.
Well, I'll tell you this much: the man is never in a boring fight, and neither are you. So this is just going to be like perfect chemistry. It's going to be a fun, exciting fight for the fans in attendance and the ones that are picking up the pay-per-view. And of course, at the end we'll drop your pay-per-view code so that we can put some cheddar in that pocket of yours.
Oh yeah.
He's you know he's coming off of his most recent win, which was a phenomenal fight, and he does bring wild style to the table. But let's talk about your camp. Let's talk about the gym. Let's talk about who's been helping you get ready for this fight and who's going to be in your corner on the 31st.
Yeah, absolutely. I train at Team No Excuse MMA. It's located in Nampa, Idaho. And for some of the viewers that don't know where that is, it's located in Idaho. So I'm up in the Northwest, and we've been training, and basically our gym, it's based on boxing, wrestling, and Muay Thai, and a little of submission grappling. So we do mostly all the mixed martial arts that's involved in these days. And my head coach, shout out to Johnny Bettis. He's the head master of what's going on in my show, so he'll be in my corner for sure. And then my other coach, Joe Pascal, shout out to Joe the Pro Athlete.com. He was my strength and conditioning coach and my coordination coach. Just very keep eye on the prize. More like movement, more like not never staying in the center. Always keep my mind going. Always thinking what's the next step, what's the next plan, and always just keeping the opponent guessing and always keeping myself moving.
Now, I'm going to jump in here for a second because it sounds like my man's right here is playing chess, not checkers. Am I right?
Something like that. At this game, everyone wants to win with brute strength, or everyone just wants to win with sheer will and heart, which is nice and all. But you really got to be adaptive. You really got to be skillful, and you just really need to be more knowledgeable in the game. So for me, I take each training session as a very scientific way. And it's hard. Don't get me wrong. The training is always hard. It's brutal, but we try to make it as very scientific, very just what does our opponent do best and how we can neutralize it.
Okay, well, I like the approach. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you were born here, right?
Yes, absolutely. I was born and raised there. Yep, in Phoenix, Arizona. And about around when I was 6 or 7, moved over here, and ever since then, I've been here all my life. But I do make my way back in the valley, and that's always my home. So can't take out the desert boy out of this guy. So it's exciting.
Yeah, 100%. The desert is a different beast, and when people come over here from somewhere else that isn't the desert, they're
Yeah.
introduced to hell, like
Oh
on
yeah.
Earth.
I'm sure when people come to Arizona, it's no easy task there. Right away when you get there, what, like 106 to 110 degrees over there. But here in Idaho, we've been having a heat wave here, so almost the same, not quite, but almost the same. So I'm not afraid of the heat.
But and I'll tell you something a little bit interesting since we're talking about temperatures, right? My wife wanted to go on vacation to Utah. So we
Uh-huh.
just got back on Monday, right?
Yeah.
And while we were there, it was like 103 to 110 degrees,
Uh-huh.
but it felt like it was 97. So I don't know if our 110 is hotter than their 110, but I can tell you this, like there was a huge difference.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Arizona just has a different heat. When someone says, "Oh, we're the same temperature," no, not even close. Arizona takes the cake.
100%. Okay, and talk to me about like what took you to Idaho? I'm sure. I mean, you were only 6 or 7, so it had to have been something family or career related for the parents. Why don't you talk to me about that?
Yeah, so we moved here to Idaho. My father came over here for a job opportunity, so we all came over here, and that's where I started my athletic career. I started as a wrestler, and from there I progressed as a really good wrestler. Actually, I walked on in the Boise State wrestling team, so that was pretty cool. And I was there till the program got cut, so that kind of sucked. And from there I kind of joined. Yeah, terrible. And from there, I joined a mixed martial arts team, which is located here in Idaho. And for me, it's more a team family based that really got involved with them. Shout out to my coaches, Johnny Perez and Shelly Perez. They're the ones that they welcomed me, and they developed me into the martial artist I am today. And my base is wrestling. I can wrestle for days, but thanks to them, I'm a complete martial artist and I can bring it. So, being here in Idaho really developed me not only the person I am, but just be a very caring, very helpful, very humble person. And like you were saying earlier before we started the show, this world just needs nicer people. So much hate around, so much dislike, and I think if someone's having a bad day, why don't you just give that person a smile and be like, hey, can I help? So, and that's all I've always grew up in doing, and it's just pass it on, goodness.
100%. Pay it forward, as they say, right?
Exactly.
Because and this is something that's new to me, right? So I'm the type of guy that when something doesn't go according to plan or something doesn't go my way or something happens, right? Like you spill your coffee or you step on
Yeah.
gum. These are 2 things that happened to me today, right? And I think I'm starting to believe in this thing called karma, right? Because as a kid growing up, I was a shithead. I was a bully. I was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Aren't we
and
all?
now, of course, I'm not a bully as much anymore. At 5'6", how big of a bully can you really be, right? And then, so today I spilled coffee, I was on the phone setting up interviews on a smoke break, and I went to go sit down the coffee on the concrete base to the light post, and I like almost missed and like had to catch and shove my coffee cup and got coffee everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So my new thing is I deserved it.
Yeah.
I deserved it for, punching that kid in the face, when I was 12. I deserve
man.
it for, pulling my sister's hair. You know what I mean? I did
Yeah.
something in my past to deserve stepping on gum today. I
Man.
deserved it. And you know
Shout out
what?
to you.
It's like that stuff would piss me off, especially
Yeah.
spilling coffee. Coffee is the nectar of the gods. I can't function without coffee. Okay,
Absolutely.
spilling coffee is like throwing money out of Subway. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that would
I'm
suck.
not about
Yeah.
that. Coffee is life, right? So that would really piss me off. But now, and like I said, this is very new to me. I spilled coffee yesterday and today, and I said I
Uh-huh.
deserved it. I laughed because I thought it was funny, because why the fuck would somebody even say that to themselves? It'd have been
Yeah.
funnier if somebody had heard that and laughed at me, but okay, I gotta laugh at myself. Nobody else was around, right?
Uh-huh.
But like, I wasn't angry about it.
Oh,
I
wow.
wasn't ready to punch somebody in the face because I spilled my coffee, because I'm a buffoon. It wasn't them, it was me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 100% back to your, people should just be nicer. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Hey, we all have our flaws, but you know what? No one's perfect, and we have this lifetime to progress and be better human beings. No one's born an asshole. I mean, depending on where you grow up, we all have rough pasts. But you know what? We all develop into a good human being, and like you were saying, passing it forward. Kindness, forgiveness, or just bring give a smile to someone. Makes their day, and they can pass it on. So that's what I think.
100%. I think we're in agreement here. Okay, so let's talk about RUF, right? I mean, you got roots here, right? And those roots don't go away just because you move. But how did you come to be on this card?
On this card, the promoter, I had my eye on this promotion, and I really wanted to be in there, and I just messaged the promoter and be like, "Hey, I want to fight," and the guy told me, "I got this guy." I'm like, "Say less, send the contract, let's go," and you know what? Everything worked fluently. My manager got it done. The other side got it done. It's game time now. I'm ready to go. It's been a while since I've been in the cage, but I haven't stopped training. I've been developing my skills. Helping up and coming fighters at our gym, and I've been learning. Just always progressing. You never stop learning. You always progress. You get better, and I'm excited for this opportunity to fight at RUF, to fight at my home state, and to come back and give the people a show. This guy says he brings it. All right, I'm ready for it, and I'm gonna bring it as well.
All right, and then also let's talk about your job, because you post a lot on social media, and I kind of want to get a little bit more understanding on what you do.
My job. Oh, there's a lot of memes in my face, but what are you talking about? I don't know.
Which job is it?
Well, for me, I'm a professional behavioral specialist. I work for the Department of Health and Welfare, so my job really works on people with DD, developmental disabilities, and it's just people that they're kind of, let's just say, they're not safe yet to be in the community yet. So we'll keep them in our facility, and we do programs with them, develop them skills, day by day, month by month, and it's just a progression of checking that, hey, this person's doing a lot better. He's made it from point A to point B, so now they can move on to the next phase, which is we'll introduce them to the community. So that's kind of my daily job. So I like, I'm a really nice person in life, just helping. That's I've always been a helpful person, so it's never ended
Now,
there. So
these people with these, I don't want to call them disabilities, but these people that are not there yet for the world, is it
mhm.
like developmental? Is it from the use of narcotics? Like, what exactly is it?
It ranges from everything. Obviously, like you said, they're not there's people that are not there, just people that, can't properly, take care of themselves, so we're there to assist them. We're there to just, it's kind of like teaching, kids how to be, nice, how to learn one plus one equals two. S- there, it's just really helpful things for them. So one day, once they reach to that level, we can, put them in the community, and hopefully, there's a program out there that can really assist them, to be independent each day.
Well, and the reason why I was so interested is because my sister was born disabled. She has, I think it's hypothyroidism. It's where
Hmm.
her thyroid doesn't work. So her brain, her body matured like normal, but
Yeah,
her brain, she's got like the mentality of like a, I don't know, a child, right?
yeah.
And, well into her 20s. And then my daughter, she's got like severe ADHD. She was there's a whole lot behind the her issues when she was born that weren't mine and my wife's. Like we had nothing to do with it. My youngest daughter is adopted from one of my wife's family members. So,
Okay.
um, you know what I mean? So there wasn't like we couldn't help any of the issues that she had then and still has today.
Yeah.
So I respect what you do 100%, especially somebody that's literally been living with, people that are, not all there or, just mentally not physically able to take care of themselves. Like
Yeah.
that, I've been dealing with that my entire life. And it's not just that, it's with addicts. You know what I mean? I've had people that I care about, fall to their addiction. And, so just all of that 100%. Like that's pretty dope what you do, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And shout out to all the healthcare workers out there, always working out there, even in the beginning of this pandemic, they've always been out there since, these essential workers, those people need a round of applause because, they've been out there, all our doctors, our nurses, 24/7, just putting work in there, and, I don't consider myself there, but we didn't stop as well. But you know what? It's a constant grind, and just shout out to all of them. God bless those people.
And of course, the work. It's not easy work. Trust me, I know what you do is far from easy. Now, within your work, are there some things that you take from when you clock in to when you clock out? Is there some things that you can take into the game of MMA?
Yeah, patience. Not to jump in and and when it's not time, it's not time. I've really learned patience and just very being more methodical of what's going on in during the cage, or not even only the cage, but just in transition of different positions. Everything's just it's like a Rubik's cube. It's like, playing chess or checkers. Take your time with it, because if you rush things, that's how people get in trouble. That's how people get themselves caught in submissions or get knocked out. So, I've really learned to be very patient and, just really pick my shots. And, it's really helped me develop my game.
And I'd have to, and I may be being presumptuous here, but I'm gonna assume the optics of being in a cage and awareness is probably strengthened. If I'm saying that correctly, I don't fucking know, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably improved with also what you do at work, because when you're dealing with the type of patients that you're dealing with, like you have to look everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't have tunnel vision. You can't
No.
just look at what's right in front of you. So I gotta imagine that the optics of the fight game are probably seen a lot better through your eyes now, having the job that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. We get, special training, when our this kind of population gets they get mad, we try we do this is our last choice, putting in and restraining them. But like you were saying, yes, I have eyes behind my head, eyes in my ears. You just got to keep an eye on everything. And actually, I'm always on my toes at work. You'd be surprised. I'm actually just moving around and Actually, I'm practicing there. When I got to move. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, perfect practice for the opponent you got in front of you, in Ivy Nixon, because the guy does dance around quite a bit. And like I said, I'm actually pretty excited to see this fight, and I really like to see how it plays out, because I think your optics and everything that you have to deal with at work is, I think it's going to be different than what he is used to. He's used to fighters that are solely focused on what's in front of them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I think this is going to turn into a pretty fucking amazing fight. I think it's going to be awesome. And again, like I said, I get to call the action. Okay, so I'm going to be pumped. I got M&Ms, right there. So I'm going to
Oh,
be chomping
nice.
those bad boys all day. I get the
Yeah.
coffee one. Those are my favorite. Like I said,
Yeah.
coffee
There
is
you go. Coffee is drink of the gods, like you were saying. Don't spill
all
that
right.
one right there.
All right. So, and Jay, your memory, that's awesome, right? You got some retention there. I don't. I can't even remember what my dog's name is half the time. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
fucking named him. But since I mentioned M&Ms and I'm a little hungry, let's talk about the post-fight victory meal.
Oh,
Okay. So
jeez.
on July 31st, when the ref raises your hand and says, the animal, Michael Garcia is your winner, I want to know, how are we celebrating with the victory meal? Come on, lay it
Man,
on me.
where's the closest pizza place? That's where I'm going with a nice cold beer. That's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, and what do we top the pizza with?
Oh man, it can be anything. It'd be supreme, a pepperoni, ham and pineapple. I mean, I don't know why there's haters there that pineapple doesn't belong in pizza. It does. Just give it a try. You'll like it. I don't judge. I love all pizza. I just need it in my system.
100%. Now, I'll tell you this: the last guy I interviewed, Chad EK, a stud, by the way, he also said pizza, and we were talking about pineapple being on pizza. Now, here's where I stand on pineapple on pizza, just so that everybody knows. Okay,
All right.
only way that I like pineapple on my pizza is it's got to be ham and pineapple on the thick crust. It can't be a
Ooh.
crust or a thin. It's got to be on the thick. I don't know. That's the only way that I like it. I won't eat it any other way. So
Yeah.
sometimes pineapple belongs on pizza.
All right then.
Not all the time, but you had me at supreme, bro. You had
Oh,
supreme.
it
I
hits
mean,
you.
man, I am fucking
Hits the
starving.
spot, doesn't it?
Yeah. It really does. And I can't have it because I'm on a stupid diet. I mean, you can't
Oh,
have it either, but
I'll
at
just
least
stare at
after
it.
the fight, you get to indulge a little bit.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I probably fucking will.
Uh,
So, do you have like a prediction or a way that you see this fight playing out? If you have anything like that, I'd love to hear it.
You know what? I really don't. I'm just really looking forward for a good fight. Ivan Nixon, he's a very game opponent. I've seen all his fights, and he's a developing fighter as well. And so am I. And we're just gonna put a good show for the people. He said he's not a boring fighter. I'm not a boring fighter. And once the cage locks in and the referee tells us we're both ready, it's game on. And may the best man win. And I'm gonna I'm gonna do something, so I'm not gonna let him dictate the fight. I'm gonna dictate the fight. So, it's gonna be a good fight.
Well, and at the end of the day, that's all I want. I just want a good fight. I don't care who wins. That is what makes me a fight fan. You guys go in there and put on a show, and like you said, the best man wins, and we shake hands and have a beer afterwards. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing better. I mean, I don't see soccer players, shaking
Oh,
hands and
absolutely
getting
not.
a beer
Heck
later.
no.
I don't see that.
They cry.
Okay, well let's stop there before all the soccer haters come and get
Oh,
us.
dang.
But look, man, a week and a half away from the fight, I'm really stoked to be able to call your fight for the first time. So
Yeah.
you're introducing me live for the first time to you, like many people in the audience. So I'd like to give you a chance to shout out sponsors, training partners, coaches, whoever you'd like, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to my sponsors, the Honeypot CBD, located in Boise, Idaho. They've been hooking me up with CBD products, always keeping my body tuned up from little bumps and bruises. But you know what? On the next day, I'm ready to go. Shout out to joetheproathlete.com. That's my strength and conditioning program. Always keeping me top shape. So always ready to go. And then shout out to, oh man, I forgot their name. They're gonna be so mad at me. But they paid for all my medicals. Shout out to Miguel. ¿Qué pasa, compadre? Gracias por todo. I'm really happy que me ayudaste con todo. So ahí los vemos en la victoria. And shout out to my team, number one, Team No Excuse MMA, located here in Idaho. Supporting me since day one. So it's gonna be good.
All right, man. Well, I can already see that you're just ready to go right now, man. So as am I. But before we do let you go, again, how can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, I mean, they can follow me on Instagram. It's the Michelangelo, with all the E's or threes. So I mean, I'm sure they can figure it out. And on Facebook, Michael Garcia. I have a fight page too, the Animal Michael Garcia. So yeah, I'm there. Give me a follow, people.
All right. And for those of you guys who couldn't follow the Instagram handle, of course, I'll put it in the description. You animals. So we'll make sure that everybody gets it. And of course, for people that are going to be purchasing the pay-per-view to support you, what's the fighter code that they can put in there to give you a little bit of coin?
Yeah, so the promo code is all caps MGARCIA, all together. So give me a shout out. And for la gente latinoamericano, pone M Garcia, todas las letras grandes. So ahí me ayudan.
See, this is something that doesn't happen very often on my show. Is we got a guy that's bilingual and is able to translate for himself. I like that.
Isn't that disappointing?
It is, because by now I should know Spanish, English, and German. I only know English and all the bad words of the other ones. So
I bet. I bet. I believe that.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I fucked up as a child, and I've only got myself to blame for that one. But look, again, July 31st, RUF 42. You're going to be taking on Ivy Nixon. I'm speaking to the Animal, Michael Garcia. This is going to be a very entertaining fight, folks. You do not want to miss this. The pay-per-view you can purchase at www.ruffnation.com. Again, M Garcia is the code to put some cheddar in this man's wallet. And or you can get your tickets over at the box office at the Celebrity Theater, or get in touch with one of us at RUF. Okay,
there you go.
Me, Jason, Joel, Adrian, CJ, we'll figure it out for you.
Oh yeah. No se la pierden. Don't miss it. It's gonna be good.
All right, my friend. Well, in a week and a half, I will shake your hand as you're getting off the scale, and then I will call your fight the following day. I'm looking forward to it. Look for the mint colored shorts, because that's what I'm gonna be sporting.
All righty, man. Thank you so much, Steven. I appreciate your time and giving me that opportunity to talk with you.
Yes, sir. We'll see you soon. All right.
All right. Thank you.